I'd be there. I'd be like, I fucked your wife, dude. I fucked your wife, bro. Fucked her up the dude. She loved it, especially from me.
She loved
and
it.
And this guy's right here, motherfucker, right here.
So, Rick Ross said that he would never ride in a Tesla because he fears the self-driving car could take him to the authorities against his will.
That's true.
like he's gonna be in a Tesla. Where are we going? You have a bond. You have a bond on you.
That's the funniest and most gangster shit I've ever heard.
That is really funny.
That's like, if you imagine like El Chapo saying some shit like that, but it's funny, but it's also like, those are problems I never thought about. That's true.
It's also funny that Rick Ross thinks he's the kind of person that would have to be actually physically evading police capture.
Obviously, it's not just constantly evading, but also like, let's say if he was a witness or something, or if he heard something, you know what I mean? So like, you know, the police need to bring him in and subpoena him for something.
There's a lot of rappers getting arrested right now. That's so funny, dude.
So he says he's never ridden in a Tesla before. He's never.
Oh, he doesn't even ride in one.
No.
So if an Uber shows up in a Tesla, he's like, nah, the next one?
Dude, he thinks the doors are gonna lock
all the time, by the way.
The door's gonna lock.
Jack Showcito, cuz.
He said he also believes that cars would be able to repossess themselves in the future.
I believe that. That's a highly smart utility.
You didn't pay your bill, and then the Tesla just bounces.
Why not?
Yeah, that's a.
If you're doing a subscription model for a car, which I think will happen, because everything's going there, it'll be wild.
And then the second everyone's in these types of cars, then it's like, dude, that's it.
Good thing all my cars are
that'll
from the
happen.
1980s.
Yeah.
For now.
Then there's gonna be some fucking law in like a decade or so that says you have to get rid of these like fucking pollutant type vehicles or whatever, and you
Just gotta move to a state where you could grandfather those things.
Like
in,
where?
young man? I don't know.
There's such a state?
Yeah.
Is there any other states?
One of my neighbors is getting all of his cars re-registered, I think in Montana or something, yeah.
There's this Montana loophole where the tax is different and you don't pay anything.
Loophole, is that on the back of a Chinese newspaper?
Did you guys know in Vegas you apparently have to pay like a portion of what the vehicle is worth every year?
What?
Yeah.
The registration's expensive in Vegas.
If you have I have a buddy with a Tesla. Yeah. And he had to pay like $3,000.
What?
For registration?
Registration. Because it's like a portion of what it's worth or whatever the fuck.
But every year?
Yeah, that's what he's.
My last registration thing was $1,000.
First registered.
It was $1,000?
Yeah, I paid $1,000. It was
For which car?
my truck.
The Tacoma?
Yeah.
$1,000 is nuts.
If it's yearly, that's pretty nuts.
But they said that's.
I paid, what do we pay?
I
400?
just paid $140.
Well, when I was at the DMV, they were saying that like, you know how different states take taxes in different ways.
yeah.
That's one of the ways that Nevada does do it. So it's like you get no income tax, but you're
Slam you hard.
the DMV fees and all that shit's high.
Because usually it's how new the car is.
Yeah, I think that's involved. I think it's involved.
Because Gio's Tesla was like $400 or something.
He just said he paid $1,000 for his.
Mine's a 2021.
2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Montana
22,
thing.
some shit,
I
yeah.
think the Montana thing's getting cracked down on because too many people made content about
They
it.
all know?
Yeah, and now like when they catch you with Montana plates in Cali, then they just like send you to the freaking thing. Like they'll just write you up. Yeah.
So the loophole one more time is
When you like the DB dudes that buy Lambos, and then they'll register it in they'll like have an LLC that's located in Montana or some shit, and then they'll just register it to that business, and they don't pay tax on it.
My neighbor was telling me, this is like probably one of the most bossest shit I've ever heard anybody say, but he's told me he has all his cars in Montana, something about fucking businesses Delaware, something about something in Wyoming, and he goes, own nothing and control everything. And I was like,
Is he Scarface?
Bro, Delaware is one of like the hotbeds for everyone like registering their company.
Yeah, I think Chase is registered in Delaware.
But nobody fucking lives there or works there.
yeah. But he's like, I'm unsuable. What are you gonna get? A penny? And I'm like, damn, that's fucking gangster.
To be unsuable, that's a nice flex.
That's pretty gangster.
But that's a lot of work if I'm only making like $50,000 a year, you know? Like,
Yeah, that's the reason why guys do that for the Montana thing, because they're buying cars that are like $400,000. So when you imagine the amount of tax you're saving But it's not practical for someone who's buying a Prius here.
He also says he's ungoogleable too because of the way everything's set up.
Ungoogleable?
He's anti-SEO?
Yeah, you can't go anything.
You shouldn't walk around saying you're unsuable and ungoogleable.
You're asking to be Googled.
I think he wants to be tested, to be honest.
People are gonna start googling your ass all over.
Target on your back, my boy. Yeah. Have you Googled him after you talked to him?
Nah, I'm lazy.
That's a lot of work, though. Shoot.
That's true. You'll never get tested.
I know. I just make sure I spend everything. So then if they sue me, I'm bankrupt.
I just imagine that the people who are truly unsuable and ungoogleable have never mentioned it once.
I know.
Exactly.
I'm unsuable and ungoogleable.
I'd be going to this motherfucker's house with slippers on and I'd Ajax those things. I'd be sliding all over his fucking kitchen. And I'd be like, that's a lawsuit. That's a lawsuit.
Slip slide.
I cracked my elbow. That's a lawsuit.
He might even be like, I don't even own this house.
Yeah.
Exactly.
know.
That's
Imagine.
true.
Damn, that is good.
Damn, dude. I'd be there. I'd be like, I fucked your wife, dude. I fucked your wife, bro. Fucked her up the butt too, and she loved it, especially from me. She loved it. And then this guy's right here, motherfucker, right here. Are you incorporated in Nevada, bitch?
What if he's not even married to her because he doesn't even own anything? You know what I
Stoking
mean?
him. He's like, ooh, man.
He's like, I married her under an LLC, and he fucking clocks her.
Yeah. Our corporations got married.
He's like, I married her in a trust.
Oh, I married her likeness, but not her.
Damn.
Protected, dude.
It's like the idea of you doing that to someone and them just being like, oh, Steve Greene, you were so dead, man. You're so dead.
Dude, don't say you're not suable and ungoogleable if you don't want me to fucking.
It's like fucking with someone outside of the detention door, and you're just like, and they're like, oh, Steve, when I get out.
Ooh, that's Steve Greene. Pushing all my buttons again.
I like the scenario that somebody's like, I'm unsuable, so Steve's like, I'm gonna go fuck his wife then.
We'll see about that.
I'm just gonna allege that he did.
Well, I'm telling you, because like that's one of the biggest ways you get sued. It happens to athletes all the time.
When you fuck someone's wife?
No,
Get under their skin in multiple ways.
no, like you get under their skin. Like if you're a fighter and you're at a bar, everyone's gonna be talking shit to you.
You could sue them?
NFL players, NBA players, they all want an assault charge because it's a big time payday, little settlement, right? So
I like how they never think about, like, what if it backfires so hard that you die? Like, they don't think about that.
Maybe they already got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
that's deep.
Damn, made it too real.
Damn.
Or they did it 5 times already and they know how far it goes.
But my favorite shit is when they catch on a dash cam, when the car comes up and they go, ah!
Oh
and then
my
they hit
God,
the car.
yeah.
That shit.
That is really good.
I love that shit.
It's always like China and Russia.
It's the best.
And it's always like on a Tesla or something like that. It has cameras.
Right. And then they see the camera and they just keep walking.
Well, it's because they know it's a nice car. Like this will be a nice payday. But then it's like, ooh, that's a little risky though, because they might have the camis up.
That's just crazy when the idea that if somebody has a lot of money, then they have to pay you a lot of money for something they did. But if some dude's rolling around broke with no insurance, he can fuck anything up. Yeah. And there's nothing that can
and everyone feels fun.
Yeah.
Fucking 50% of the car accidents out here in LA.
Yeah.
They just hit you and go off because nobody's got insurance and shit.
Exactly. That's just crazy.
In LA, you're just like, hey, yeah, fuck it. I don't care. It's a little scratch. I don't give a shit. All right, see you later.
I've been hit by a Mercedes and they did that.
They did a drive and run?
Like when we exited off the 60 over here, and then you know how like some people, if they see the car move out of the peripheral vision, they think they're going. But it was one of those where I was like, I came out and I'm like, oh shit, oops, I guess I can't. And then when I stepped on the brakes, they hit me. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? So like, as soon as I got out, they're like, oh dude, did I hit your car? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, we just pull over. He goes, okay. He just fucking bounced. And I was like, oh well.
Whoa. That's funny.
Yeah, and it was in a Mercedes.
Yeah, but you also have a tank.
That's so.
So my car broke his headlights. He didn't get out to look at his damages, so nothing really happened to my car.
But he ran away.
He ran because I think he thought he was.
So it was worse for him.
It was worse for him.
But he ran away.
It's so weird.
Well, it would have been his fault anyway.
Where in Glendale did this happen and how Armenian was he?
Oh, that's true. He was Mexican Armenian, I think.
Was it an old Mercedes?
No, dude, it's like a nice one.
Because what if it's not even his car and all that shit? He didn't want to deal with it.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Or could have been a rental.
First of all, they drive Beamers.
That's true.
But hey, Mercedes doesn't mean nothing now because that's the choice car of like every criminal right now.
That's true.
It's so weird how it's always like a Mercedes at these like
They're
crazy
rolling up in a Mercedes and then just
robberies
stealing
and
purses
drive-bys.
and
Yeah.
That's kind of a sick branding change for Mercedes.
God, it's
the car for criminals.
Yeah. Well, isn't that like they did like a survey and it said that like more people of low income that can't afford Mercedes own Mercedes?
The fuck?
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me.
The leasing options are just so great and flexible.
Exactly.
They are in LA though.
Mercedes
Luxury car
bro.
leasing in LA is fucking the same as like regular car leasing.
It's almost predatory.
Yeah, it's
Strange.
I miss it. Yeah.
it is though, right? Because like those car dealerships are always trying to get like the LA hot people that have like fucking followers and influencers and shit to have those cars, but then to like not own them necessarily because they're just trying to get other people to buy them.
I like
It's a
leasing
status
cars.
thing.
It's like when influencers get caught in like some fuselage and they're like, on a private jet, gonna go later.
Some fuselage.
Just a fuselage like without wheels like hanging out.
It's a set.
Yeah, it's a set.
That's the sucky thing about like style, you know, like rent to own rims and tires.
Yeah.
That business model, how it's preying on people that absolutely can't afford it, but it's so important to have that image.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
That's hella sad.
It's like they like getting your rims repoed. That's
But
so
the funniest thing to me is like the epitome of class for them.
weird. Yeah, Forgiatos.
It's like that's the top.
Yeah.
I just don't get the people who gotta floss all the time.
You gotta aim higher, bro.
Don't get it.
Save your money, aim higher.
You are flossing right now.
I'm flossing hard, dude.